Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with horse racing tips for Friday, the 26th of January. Well, I'm going to start to get back in the swing of things. It helps when you get paid, as in like, it boosts the kitty up. Obviously, it's been a long time since for me, since payday for Christmas, so money was tight, so it was time to take a break, come back fully charged, and probably start the day with 4 on place. Now, let's think positive. I do like the look of these selections, and I'm going to talk you through them now. I have got a couple of doubts, but I think it's good to have doubts and let you know the reasons why, rather than just saying, oh yeah, I'm extremely confident. So let me get into it. So it's a £10 stake. It's a bit higher than normal, and it won't be a regular thing. So what I've gone for is, and the echo is because I'm in the bar, I've gone for a 15 pence each way, lucky 15, taking the prices. A 15 pence each way, lucky 15 at SP. And I've also had a 50 pence each way accumulator at SP as well. £10 stake. So let me get into it. So the first selection is Largy Knights at 11 to 2 in the 3.55 at Sedgefield, paying 4 places instead of 3. This horse hiked up over course and distance 2 runs ago. I then tipped it in a race with Lily Pinchin once again on board, and I'll be honest, not a fan of the jockey, and that's my doubt. The last time she rode it, or whether it was deliberate like that, she was on the strongest stayer by far in that race. And what did she do? Did she set a quick pace? No. It was a dawdle, and then they just swept by it in the race. It looked absolutely clueless. The jockey looked clueless because she should have set a fair tempo and asked questions of the stamina, but she didn't. So straight away, I've got question marks about the jockey. However, there's such a strong, in my opinion, bias for horses that can stay from the front at Sedgefield. Once you get in the momentum, you've got a cracking chance at Sedgefield, especially once they turn the corner, I think is it 2 or 3, I think there's 3 fences, but they seem to come quite quickly, and all of a sudden, then it seems to be the running. Sometimes horses can get a bit too far behind, turning off that last bend. So I think Largy Knights, given an uncontested lead, could be very hard to catch. Don't get me wrong, 11 to 2 is not amazing for an each way price, but it'll be a nice start if it wins in this bet. So Largy Knights, 11 to 2, 3.55 at Sedgefield, paying 4 places instead of 3. The second selection is Celtic Ned at 9 to 1 in the 10 past 4 at Sandown, paying 5 places instead of 3. I took a risk with this one. They're paying 5 places. This horse is crying out to be stepped up in distance. I don't think it wants to lead. I think it wants to be buried away or even held up for a late run. It's bred to want at least 2.5 miles. So far, apart from its first run, which was a non-completion for a different trainer, I can't remember who it is, but it's now trained by Gary Moore, and it's gradually, it looks like, in my opinion, progressing in the right way. You might look at the Racing Post rating of its latest run, which showed it slightly underperformed the previous run. However, I don't think it particularly wanted to make all on that day, especially over 2 mile. The horse that wants further, making all over 2 mile, will normally weaken, even though you would think because it wants further, it would stay on. They don't stay on, they just get swamped for pace, and they just basically stop. So I think if this horse is mid-division, I think we've got every chance. If it leads again, there's a few more question marks in my opinion. The third selection is Light Up Our Stars at 12 to 1 in the 5.45 at Wolverhampton, paying 4 places instead of 3. The stable is just beginning to click. It's Scott Dixon. Well, you can never quite catch him right, but the horses are running well. I saw a horse today that I missed. Was it Pop Something? I can't remember what it's called now. Pop Something that won today. I've been following that. I wouldn't have fancied it today I wouldn't have tipped it because I didn't fancy it today. So this selection, it's crying out for 7 furlongs. It's back to 7 furlongs today. It's been running over 6 furlongs, and I think 12 to 1. It could be bigger in my opinion. At 12 to 1, I think it's a decent price, especially paying first 4. So I think it's got a decent chance. And finally, the Nail Gunner at 12 to 1 in the 7.45 at Wolverhampton, paying 4 places instead of 3. There is some fancied horses out wide, And there is also some horses that have got a little bit of speed or race prominently just on the inside of those horses that are fancied that are on their outside. This horse is race drawn 6. There is a bit of pace out wide, and I think that bit of pace may keep the fancied horses out a little bit further wide than they want to be. I will be honest, I could have quite easily picked 3 in this race, but I've gone for Nail Gunner. The other 2 were, is it a Lafdal or a Rafan? I think it's trained by Michael Harrington, and the other one is trained by Tony Carroll, Astrophysics. But I finally decided to go for the Nail Gunner because it races prominently and it's very well handicapped if it returns to some of its better form. It's by a different trainer. It's right. I think this is its third or fourth run. I think under this trainer. It may even be 5th or 6th, but it's the first time. It seems to be like gradually, very, very slightly progressing in the right way. I'm thinking first time blinkers and tongue strap combined might kick it up the backside a bit. If it breaks well, sometimes they can stutter at the start when they're in first time blinkers, but if it breaks on terms, it should go straight to the lead. My only concern is sometimes you get Mick Appleby horses that don't normally lead, but they decide to send them straight to the front for a burn up. I hope that doesn't happen. I know the Nail Gunner maybe gets pressed very slightly for the lead, because I don't want it to get too much of an easy lead, because I want it to set an okay pace. And I think if it sets a decent pace, I think it could have a few of these horses, like jockeys with their elbows out of it, like getting each other's way. So I think it could be a tactical race, but I think the Nail Gunner has got a decent chance if it goes straight to the front and sets an okay pace, a medium to quick pace. So those are the 4 selections. I will be providing some selections Friday night for Saturday morning. Well, sorry, Saturday. There'll be a football bet as normal. It'll be at the over 2.5, over 3.5, and over 4.5 goals. And I've seen it's Cheltenham and Cheltenham, Uttoxeter. Can't remember what the other one is. Might be Sandown again. I'm not sure. But it looks like some of the races are actually Cuthbert. They look like a really good meeting at Cheltenham, but the fields have already reduced massively in size. So let's see what happens Saturday. So the very best of luck. I'll say great to see everybody, but I can't see you. It's great. Thanks for watching. That's better. Thanks for watching the video, and hopefully you stay till the end. So the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.